history. The Alameda Naval Air Station began the process of standing down, closing its doors forever. But with the closing, there is also a new beginning. Joe Oliver is standing by at the Naval Air Station now with more on that. Joe?
Well, Mac, many people might not know this, but naval aviation actually began here in the Bay Area, just a mile off the end of the Nimitz Airway, with the first landing of an aircraft on a ship. That was way back in 1911. This weekend, they're celebrating the glorious past of the Naval Air Station here in Alameda with an eye towards the future.
Have a chance to look at a new window. New opportunities, as they say around here.
Richard Lee has spent 30 years working with his Naval Air Station family. He'll spend part of his last year helping establish the Naval Air Station Museum. Despite facing a forced retirement, Lee harbors no anger that the government has ordered his family to break up.
All the buildings are vacant. It's wall to wall. It's like they just went in there and just ripped the inside. It's out, just like took a giant vacuum cleaner and took out all the machinery, sucked out all the machinery and the people. And it's really sad because it's like kind of taking out the insides of me, you know. I've had a lot of good friends here, people who've taught me a lot.
The ties that bound the civilians who worked here began with the first aircraft serviced at the Naval Air Station Depot in 1941. The reality that it was unraveling became clear with the last plane serviced this past May. As the last F-14 taxis down the Nimitz Airway to join the biplanes and vintage warplanes for a final fare, Richard Lee can only share the sorrow of those who came here for a job and stayed for a career.
Some of the people here who have like 20 years, 20-something years, and that's under 55, they really have to get another job because they're not going to get a pension. They're going to get severance pay. And that means they're like, say they're 45, 50 years old. You know, to try to live on less than 1/3 of your pay, and you have a house payment, and you still got kids, young kids in school, and you're looking forward to trying to put them in college, I would say they're having a real difficult time because government jobs have really dried up in the Bay Area.
And while they are losing a lot of government jobs in the Bay Area, the Alameda Reuse Planning Committee has some ideas on how to create some new jobs. Some of the things they want to do here at the Naval Air Station includes converting the buildings that they have here into commercial and civic use, turning the harbor into a marina, and finally, demolishing the Nimitz Airway and turning it into a wildlife preserve. Now, this weekend, the celebration is open to the public. You'll have a chance to come out here and take a look at these vintage warplanes. And on Sunday, they will have the final fly-off of the first and the last plane ever worked on here at the Alameda Naval Air Station. Reporting live from Alameda, Joe Oliver, Channel 5 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Joe.
Well, still to come on Eyewitness News at 5, this is No Fish Story. Bay Area salmon price